Opening speeches, the leader of the free world was caught dozing off.
And this isn't the first for Biden, who spent much of this term defending his record against claims he's too old for another tilt. If he runs, wins and serves a full term, Joe Biden will be 86 years old.
24%, 25%, either one of those numbers.
Recently, the President of the United States, Joe Biden, announced that he will not seek re-election. What could have motivated this decision? Several factors could be at play, but one prominent reason seems to be his evident memory lapses since the catastrophic debate with Trump at the end of June. These lapses generated a flood of criticisms from the press concerned about his performance, including his weak and hesitant speech and his tendency to present illogical arguments. Shortly after, during a NATO press conference, Biden made several serious gaffes, such as confusing the name of Ukrainian President Zelensky with that of Russian President Putin, and mixing up the name of his Vice President Kamala Harris with that of his opponent, Trump. But what is a memory lapse, and how does it differ from dementia? In today's video, we will clarify these issues and explain the differences between memory lapses, mild cognitive impairment, Alzheimer's disease, frontotemporal dementia, and other common types of dementia. We shall discuss the initial symptoms, certain conditions that may be confused with dementia, and recent suggestions on how to prevent memory loss. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends and family. Have you or anyone in your family noticed any memory changes? Which part of the world are you from? Leave your comment below. Memory lapses versus dementia. We've all experienced moments of memory lapses at some point in our lives. For example, George was excited to meet his friend at the park. He quickly parked his car and rushed to the agreed spot. After the meeting, it was time to leave, and George realized he hadn't exactly remembered where he'd parked his car. These small, forgetful moments weren't strange for George, as he had already forgotten where he put his house keys or the name of a person he had just met in the park. These minor forgetful incidents are normal and can occur due to stress, fatigue, or simple distraction. They are known as memory lapses. In contrast, dementia is a far more dangerous condition. It is not a specific disease, but rather a general term for a severe loss of cognitive ability. This includes memory issues, language difficulties, problem-solving concerns, and other critical mental abilities that are severe enough to interfere with everyday life. Dementia is caused by damage to neurons or brain cells, which disrupts communication between them and results in the loss of certain capabilities. Mild cognitive impairment, MCI. As we age, certain domains of cognitive ability gradually decrease, particularly those that rely on fluid skills. Abilities that demand a person to pay attention to their surroundings and process information quickly to solve problems. This decline is constant from the age of 20 and is expected due to the natural aging process. Areas that can be affected include memory, executive function, example, the ability to plan, multitask, and exhibit self-control, attention, language, and perceptual motor control. However, some people may experience a more severe decline in these skills, which can be a warning sign for more serious conditions. This could be mild cognitive impairment, MCI, an intermediate stage between the expected cognitive decline of normal aging and the more serious decline associated with dementia. People with MCI have problems with memory, language, thinking, or judgment that are more significant than expected for their age, but are not severe enough to significantly interfere with daily life. Picture this. Mary, a 65-year-old lady, often forgets important appointments or has difficulty following a slightly more complex conversation. These could be signs of MCI. It's important to note that about 12 to 18% of older adults develop mild cognitive impairment. While some people with MCI may eventually develop dementia, others remain stable or even improve over time. MCI is considered a warning sign that should be closely monitored. Statistically, about 10 to 15% of people with MCI develop dementia each year. Early diagnosis and appropriate intervention can make a big difference in the progression of MCI. Stick around till the end of the video because we're sharing 9 preventive measures that are super important for this group. They might even help or prevent dementia from progressing in some situations. Main types of dementia. Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of dementia, accounting for about 60 to 80% of cases. It is characterized by the progressive death of neurons, leading to a continuous reduction in cognition and memory abilities. One of the main features of the disease is the accumulation of beta-amyloid protein plaques and tau protein tangles in the brain. These proteins damage and kill neurons by interfering with cell communication and essential cellular processes. Risk factors for Alzheimer's include advanced age, family history, genetics, lifestyle, sedentary behavior, inadequate diet, and lack of mental activity. It is important to note that almost 2/3 of Americans with Alzheimer's are women, which may be related to longer life expectancy and possibly biological and hormonal factors. Vascular dementia. Vascular dementia is the second most common form of dementia after Alzheimer's, accounting for about 10% of cases. It is caused by a series of small strokes or by the narrowing of blood vessels in the brain, which reduces blood flow and damages brain tissue. Symptoms include problems with planning, reasoning, judgment, and memory loss. Frontotemporal dementia. Frontotemporal dementia is a group of disorders caused by progressive degeneration of the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain, areas associated with personality, behavior, and language. Symptoms vary depending on the affected area, but may include drastic changes in personality, inappropriate social behavior, lack of empathy, impulsivity, and difficulties with speech and language. One well-known case of frontotemporal dementia is actor Bruce Willis, whose first symptom was aphasia, a condition where he couldn't remember words. Frontotemporal dementia is more common in men and tends to affect younger people, usually between 45 and 65 years old. 8 early signs of dementia. Dementia can manifest subtly in its early stages, often being confused with the natural aging process. However, it's crucial to be vigilant about these symptoms to seek medical help in a timely manner. Here are the 8 most common signs that could suggest the early stages of dementia. 1. Recent memory lapses. Difficulty in remembering recent events, names, or places while old memories remain preserved. 2. Obstacles in planning and problem solving. Increasing difficulty in making plans or solving simple everyday problems. 3. Temporal and spatial disorientations. Episodes of disorientation in familiar environments or forgetting significant dates. 4. Communication barriers. Difficulty in finding appropriate words, following, or actively participating in conversations. 5. Significant mood or personality changes. Expressive alterations in mood, loss of interest in previously enjoyed activities, or notable changes in personality. 6. Challenges in routine tasks. Complications in performing daily activities such as cooking, driving, or managing finances. 7. Decreased initiative. Reduction in interest for social interactions or in carrying out habitual tasks. 8. Changes in visual perception. Problems in estimating distances or perceiving contrasts, potentially affecting the ability to drive. Main types of dementia. Recent public appearances by U.S. President Joe Biden have sparked discussions about his cognitive abilities due to some observed difficulties in his speech and memory. However, it's important to emphasize that such observations do not necessarily indicate pathological cognitive decline. It's crucial to consider the context. Biden holds one of the most demanding and stressful positions in the world. Over the past 3.5 years, he has faced an extraordinary level of stress, which can significantly impact cognitive functions. Cortisol, known as the stress hormone, when chronically elevated, can exert deleterious effects on memory and increase the risk of developing dementia through various mechanisms. 1. Hippocampus damage. Excessive cortisol can harm the hippocampus, a crucial brain region for forming new memories and learning. 2. Neurodegeneration. Elevated and persistent cortisol levels can cause the death of nerve cells and reduce synaptic plasticity. 3. Interference with brain function. High levels of cortisol can impair various cognitive functions, including memory and reasoning ability. Therefore, when evaluating the cognitive performance of public figures like President Biden, it is crucial to consider the context of intense and prolonged stress to which they are subjected, as well as the potential physiological effects of this stress on brain function. What diseases can mimic dementia? It's crucial to understand that symptoms similar to dementia don't always indicate neurodegenerative diseases. Several medical conditions can present similar patterns but are potentially reversible with proper treatment. Some examples include hypothyroidism, causes mental slowness, depression, and memory loss. Vitamin B12 deficiency, causes memory problems and confusion. Depression, affects concentration and memory similar to dementia. Brain infections, meningitis and encephalitis can cause inflammation and dementia-like symptoms. Metabolic disorders, hypoglycemia and electrolyte imbalances affect brain function. Medication effects, certain medications have side effects similar to dementia. Brain tumors can cause neurological symptoms that mimic dementia. Cranial trauma results in memory and concentration problems. How to prevent dementia. Although there is no absolute guarantee of prevention, recent research suggests that certain lifestyle changes can significantly reduce the risk of dementia. 1. Regular physical activity. Increases cerebral blood flow, improves neuronal plasticity, elevates levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, and reduces cortisol. 2. Healthy diet. A 2024 study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease reinforces the link between diet and brain health. Diets rich in vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and fruits are associated with a lower risk of Alzheimer's. 3. Stimulate your mind. Keep your brain active with reading, new learning, puzzles, and cognitive games to build cognitive reserve. 4. Prioritize sleep quality. Sleep is crucial for brain health and memory. Treat problems like snoring and sleep apnea as they can compromise brain health. 5. Maintain social connections. Active socialization helps prevent depression and loneliness, risk factors for dementia. 6. Avoid harmful habits. Reduce or eliminate tobacco and alcohol consumption associated with a higher risk of cognitive decline. 7. Practice relaxation techniques. Meditation and yoga can reduce stress and improve mental health. 8. Have regular medical checkups. Regular exams and consultations help identify and manage health problems early. Stay optimistic and proactive. Recent research suggests that lifestyle changes can not only reduce risk, but potentially reverse cognitive decline in the early stages of Alzheimer's. If this video helped you out, why not give it a quick like and share it around? It could really help someone else looking after their memory health. Recognize any of these signs in yourself or someone you know? Drop a comment and let's chat about it. If you want to stay in the loop with more health tips, just hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We release new videos every week. Your likes and comments really keep us going. They show us what you want to see more of. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.